everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us. Lamar Molina here with the Marketing PMA. I wanted to bring you guys a live broadcast of, some updates on what's been going on. We do have with us today a fellow new investor, student, partner, whatever you'd like to call him. And also he's a licensed real estate agent in South Florida as well. So everybody say hello to Terrell. Terrell, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. I've been in the program for a little while now. It's new to me because I don't keep the consistency. So I've known Lamar for a little while, been on and off. So I'm back on again, and we're starting over from the beginning. So
okay,
let's get this work.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going on, folks, is so basically what he's saying is he's been in the program from before. He started other things and then he went and come back. So this is like his third restart in the program, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to handle some, things that I'm sure people are going to want to know before we dig into, what's going on. And feel free to shoot straight, bro. Like you know how we get it in. You know how we do. So don't hold no punches. This is not scripted, folks. We're just going to give you I want him to tell it in his own words. How does he feel about support, the systems that we have in place, the techniques that are being used, and things of that nature? Just please air me out if you got to, bro. Talk to the people.
Hey, man. Out of most places that I've worked at, or just say in general, meeting somebody new, trying to build a relationship, it's been great. The help, the service is there. Anytime I need anything, it's a phone call away. Any questions, the thorough analysis, the in-depth detail about how to go through the process and how to figure out where to find information and how to get through certain roadblocks. It's been fantastic. My whole problem is just staying consistent. That's really been the biggest battle up to this point. Lamar has been great, and I've been fortunate to have him in my life just because he hasn't given up on me. So,
Appreciate it, man.
Great. The information is great. It's up to you to start doing the leg work, and that's kind of what I've been going through the last few months.
Okay. So everybody just, for the people that will see this, because another thing we're going to touch on in this quick little podcast, because this video is going to be uploaded to the podcast for you guys. So we're shooting it live now. If you're catching the live stream, great. If not, it'll be on the YouTube channel and you'll have the podcast access and everything else, right? And one thing I want to highlight about myself, I haven't been as consistent as I needed to be on growing my digital footprint. So I figured you're trying to regenerate and focus on the real estate side, which I pretty much have on lock. And I'm trying to refocus my energy and definitely grow my digital atmosphere. So I said, let's just hold each other accountable. Let's marry our assets and let's turn this into a partnership. What did you think when I presented that to you?
So I don't know if anyone's ever tried to start a YouTube or try to get your legs under you. It's hard in the beginning, editing the footage and, staying accountable and, recording every day and uploading it. It's a lot. So, to team up with somebody and have some type of accountability, is very key, because when you're not feeling up to par or feeling motivated, you have that push, that extra push that you need to keep going. So, it was a great idea just to collaborate and team up, and, we both hold each other accountable so we can get to the ultimate goal of, where we want to be in life and having our brand out there and expanding to the platforms that need to see us.
Well said, man. Well said. One thing I'll highlight for myself is I know that a lot of people need this type of assistance, regardless of what industry it is. I just happen to be in marketing / real estate, right? So when it comes to the whole discomfort of, for a new guy like yourself, right? The discomfort of maybe talking to people on the phone, the discomfort of, how to manage your pipeline, discomfort of what systems do you use, not having deals coming in, all of the mental weight.
Yeah.
If there was no mental weight, how much would you say mental weight has to do with it more than just, oh, I got all the systems in place. Now I got everything here. Is there a mental weight that also goes along with that?
95%. It's mental. Yeah. It's your mind telling you what to do. It's your mind telling you how you need to follow up. It's really all in your head at the end of the day. You got the software, you got the technology, you can have all the tools, but if you don't know what you're doing, then it really doesn't help.
Doesn't help. Okay. So I know for myself, there was times where I felt lost when I was like, in the middle of a deal and I couldn't get immediate answers. It's like things just friggin' die, right? When you can't get an answer like quickly, and you got to go back to YouTube, back to Facebook, back to wherever, and start Googling, and you're like, oh, let me take a break.
Information.
All right.
Yeah.
So I understand the importance of streamlining the process, and that's kind of what we're going over today. And like I said, folks, this is unscripted. So can you kind of tell them what I was telling you, how we're trying to connect the process for you, keeping them on the phone, basically?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, most of the people that we reach out to are in trouble, and they're aware of that. They know they're in trouble. They know that it's something that needs to be fixed, and you shouldn't sugarcoat it to an extent where you don't get the information you need. The initial conversation you have, you should be able to gather everything that you need, and then when you come back to talk to the person, it's time to really know, is this a good deal? Are we moving forward? Are they going to accept the deal? Not, hey, how's it going? I'm going to gather some information, and if that works, I'll send you an email and then we'll follow up. It's more steps in the process that you build up instead of just kind of, like Lamar said, just streamlining and getting direct to the point. Can you afford the property? Um, are you able to make the payments? Are you in good standing? Did you lose your job? Just the financial analysis and moving forward and knowing if this is a good deal or not. That was my biggest problem in the beginning. Just kind of feeling comfortable to ask those questions, and then also realizing I need to know certain information before I even call them back, so I don't waste my time and I don't waste Lamar's time.
Okay. Now, my goal with the conversation here is to try to let you lead the way. I know you don't know the roadmap I'm going to take you on, but to let you provide the answers, I'm just going to kind of say, hey, how was this for you? And you just let it rip.
Okay.
So we all know there's tools in this game that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Just to name a few, Skiptracing, property list, like foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, upside down properties, tired landlords, right?
Mm-hmm.
CRM to manage them, contacts, stay up to date on things, right? Just to name a few.
Yeah.
Now, when it came your time to have to make decisions about these items, the things I just mentioned, can you take me back to where your headspace was when it came to cost and tools and what do I do? Who do I use? What list do I pull?
So yeah, that's actually a great question, and that's the reason I actually, in the beginning, I had a landscape business, and I was kind of moving around that, and I was thinking, okay, I'm involved with real estate in a certain extent. I was working with foreclosures at the time as well, doing property preservation. So I'm like, oh, this go hand in hand if I'm able to learn the real estate side and be able to get inside and figure out how to collaborate it all together. But the timing wasn't right. So as of recently, January of last year, I was able to get my real estate license.
Clap it up for that. Clap it up for that, boy.
Good accomplishment. It was tough.
Yeah.
5
Well, I'll say
times.
we're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over that. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Hold it back. We're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over that.
Okay.
We're
But
gonna go over that.
we're gonna go over that. So
Yeah.
that's how I kind of came back to getting involved in this industry, because becoming a new agent is so many ways and there's so many variations. So I started researching PropStream and researching CRMs and researching all this information. And just alone, they're a few $100s a month, depending on what plan you get. And they don't trace it, or they gather the leads, and it's a lot of information to really know like what direction to take. So that was my hardest problem to solve. So just to have it all in one is great, because not only you got the support, but you know where you're going, and the information is correct.
Okay. So and that's a good thing. So let me ask you, because I know I can be an ass, right? Like I know I can be. So was there ever a point where you're like, fuck, this is too much. This is like, there's too many tools, there's too many this, there's too many that. I just overload.
I would say no, but getting involved with real estate, some of the other stuff you showed me, it's a lot, at the beginning, like grass, just kind of going through the information. But
I want you to just focus on the real estate side, though, because I know all the other ideas we talk about. I mean, just when you're on the real estate.
Okay, so no, as far as the real estate, no, it's pinpoint, straightforward. It's
so you don't feel like it was overwhelming. You feel like, okay,
it's real simple. It's very simple.
Okay. Now let's talk about. So we already went over some of the tools, right? We went over, skip tracing. So let's talk about quality of skip tracing, right? So you've been calling our data and our leads for how long now?
On and off, or just the last?
Yeah, just
session? On and off, we'll say about maybe a couple months.
Okay, a couple months. I would say a couple of days is long enough for a person to tell, but you've got a couple months behind you. So I would think you'd be a fair person to ask about the quality of skip tracing, the quality of, when you call somebody, is it the right person? And I want you to shoot straight. Like if any issues you had, let them know. Now's the time.
So yeah, in the beginning, no, it's straightforward. I was actually surprised to get on the phone and actually talk to somebody that needed help. Because you see people on YouTube like, oh, just cold call them, get a conversation, and I was surprised. I got multiple leads from the system, and I haven't, like I said, on and off a few months, but it's been a couple days here, a couple days there. It's sparingly. It's really not a consistent everyday schedule, and that's the problem. I've ran into.
Yeah. Okay. So we know the skip tracing's been working out for you. You've making phone calls. Let's talk about traction.
Okay.
Do you feel like you've made progress?
Yeah, especially today, or we'll say yesterday. We talked, and you was kind of surprised how far I was along in the process. Just retaining the information and sticking to the script, and using the script and playing off the script with the information that you gave me. So no, it's been great.
The reason why I asked you that, because I know what it's like when somebody takes a lot of time off and then they got to get back in the saddle and making calls, and those reflexes. It happens to me. I'll get back on the phone after a while, like, oh man, I forgot my rebuttal. What did I used to say when somebody hit with that? Right? Like, what did I say?
Yeah.
Like, and then it hits me, like, oh, that's how. Okay, yeah. But once you start flowing again, right?
Right.
It just starts rolling. The magic starts rolling.
Right.
So I want to see. I didn't think. I'll be honest with you. I was like, he's gonna probably need a whole shit ton of hand holding. My God, he's gonna forget everything. Oh God, how bad it's gonna be. And I think it was as soon as you pitched me, tonality was right. It was almost like, I don't know if you read the script, if you already had that memorized, but it sounded good. And I was like, what hold on, you've been practicing? What's going on? Did I not?
Yeah, you're right. It's the extra help, man. It was seared in my brain. Those hours we used to spend, and that's another thing. Like getting into a group and working with somebody, having a mentor, and to see this like selflessness of him to be on the phone for hours. We would spend hours on the phone just doing the information,
Yes.
and most people don't do that. Most people they don't care. It's all about the next customer, the next product, the next thing. So I gotta commend you for that. That's why I'm still here, and we still continue to work together because you don't get that type of support, even with trading, crypto, whatever you're doing. You
As soon as the market crashes, where's your crypto guy?
hey, I need to my portfolio. I can't get into my portfolio support. Like,
Phone
oh,
disconnected.
24 hours to get back to you. Like, come on, man. Come on, my portfolio is on fire. I need some help.
Oh my God, I know the feeling all too well,
It's been
bro.
great though, man. That really is key to success, because it puts you at you have those days, it's tough in real estate in general, and you have those days and you have somebody that's there to help you and guide you and let you reassure you like it's a process, it's a process that you have to go through and you have to be patient.
Okay. So that's another thing I wanted to do for all the soon-to-be viewers, right? But the point is this, folks: the shit is not easy. Anybody who told you, "Oh, this is easy, just go, door knock, cold call, whatever the hell," you're gonna have to put in some work.
Yeah.
This gentleman here, Mr. Terrell, has put in some work. Okay, not only has he put in work, but he's fighting through all kind of other stuff that he could be doing. He could be losing focus and doing all this other stuff, but he's still here. He could have quit. Okay, so that's what I think is important for everybody to understand.
Mm-hmm.
You must drill in, and when you drill in, you must take things seriously.
Yeah.
It's not passive.
No.
I had to tell Terrell, I was like, hey man, you can't passively do this. You just can't, I'm gonna call a couple of people today for an hour and then call again 5 days later. You have to like commit to stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So when we have those talks, those conversations where I'm just kind of like, hey man, wake up. Do you think that does anything for you?
It brings me back to reality. Like I was telling you yesterday or the day before, I was like, I need instant gratification. I've been an entrepreneur for 4 years now, successfully, and I'm just so used to going out, doing a job, getting paid,
Yeah.
not having the vision of putting in the work, you know, every day staying disciplined upon yourself. Because like I was telling you earlier, I used to work for foreclosure companies through property preservation, and they would send me the the leads and the list through email, and I'll just go out there physically and handle that. It gets back to the mental of your
Real
mental.
quick. Yeah. You're seeing it happen like that.
Right. So you have to go in and drill in, focus, stay consistent, treat it like a real job. If you're going to do this business, you need to treat it like the 8 hours or the time that you put into your job. You need to translate just half of the time into this, and it will change your life.
I always tell people, look, that you work at McDonald's, you'll get your ass up at 5 in the morning to make $8 an hour. Now you're willing to do that, but when it comes time to work for yourself, you'll let fear stop you from doing what you need to do, or anybody that does that. So that's all I tell people: pick your. I told you, pick your problems. Right? What kind of problems you want to have?
Mhm.
So let's get to the fun stuff now, man, because I think we kind of giving them a lot of the serious side. And what I want to do now, hold on, I just got to let somebody. I think it was all right. Sent the link out. Okay. So what I want to do now, man.
Going live too, I see it.
What was that?
And now I say you going live, I see it.
Yeah. So now I want to go into the meat and potatoes, man. Progress, right? I know you've made calls, you've lost leads. Let's talk about the ups and the downs, right? And I don't want to make it too long. We'll try to wrap this up in like the next 10 or 15 minutes, right? Let's talk about the ups and downs. Getting a lead, a good lead, a lot of money, and then losing those leads. How does that affect you? What does that do?
For the average person, it will rattle you. It definitely kind of like throws you off a little bit because getting the lead, you know, it's exciting. You like, okay, I finally got somebody through the funnel. Let's go ahead
Hmm.
and, you know, figure out the next step. But you got to realize these people are going through a real tough time. They parents probably gave them this house, or they've been living in this house for a little while, or you know, their kids probably grew up in this house. So it's a big decision that they have to make. And if they haven't been taking care of the property taxes or haven't been taking care of the mortgage, most likely they want to run from everything else. You know what I'm saying? So that what tends to happen. And my biggest problem is I just get so fired up on the first lead that I don't continue to grind, and I'm trying to close that person. I
Yeah.
literally almost drove like 4 hours to go close the lady because I was
What did I
like,
tell you?
I'm,
He thought it was a check. Well, he was like, I'm ready to go. I'm getting
and
this
the bar
check.
like, dog, what the fuck? Why you gonna drive 4 hours to go? If she wants to sign, she'll sign electronically. But other than that, leave that lady alone. She'll come back to you. And that's something I have to get used to, just understanding they'll come, they'll
Yeah,
fall,
hold on.
come
Yeah,
back.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to say something while you're saying that. Right now, while he was thinking about driving 4 hours to see this lady, what he could have been doing, folks, just so you can learn from this, is he could have been calling more people. How do you think he found this lady?
Calling.
He found her calling. But instead, when he thought he had her on the hook, which he did, it was a great conversation. It was great. But this happens, right? I know it because I've lived it, right? So you stop calling people and having the dials go out. And when you do that, and then this person who you focused on goes MIA or what have you, you're left with your balls in your hands, right? And then you're pissed because you're like, oh man, I can't get that time of my life back,
Right.
right? So imagine if he could have just kept calling and calling. He probably might have got, 3 or 4 more people,
Right.
right?
That's definitely a
Go
possibility.
ahead. Sorry, but I wanted to
I
make
was
that point.
I'm only averaging, I will say all around within the months, I'm probably averaging an hour and a half a day on a call. I'm not even spending the three or
Not even a day, bro. Because let's be real. Like,
yeah, I'm saying
like
in
you might
general,
be putting in like an hour a week, hour and
day,
a half a week
yeah,
on the phones, right?
like an
Can we
hour.
be honest? Like, because there's times where you don't even call, and then let's be honest with them. You're just coming back in the fold, and I'm not trying to beat you up over it. I'm saying, there was no consistency. You wouldn't even call. I think there was a couple times you called like 2 or 3 days in a row, but other than that, it was kind of really, really sporadic, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm under that mindset. I get jittery. I need that instant. So I'm trying to go out and view the houses. The foreclosure houses,
Oh,
build
yeah, I
it,
remember that conversation we had.
put it up on social media, let people know that I am involved in real estate. Because, like I was telling you, it's super competitive right now for realtors, and especially new agents, because of the market. The market's so high, not a lot of inventory on the market. So my mind is always thinking of creative ways to put myself out there in real estate. But
For sure.
in this industry, you just have to stay consistent and continue to call. One fall off, call a few more, continue to call and add more. Just continue to
Yeah.
add until you close that deal.
The math is so simple, folks. Like, you have to keep calling people to put them in your pipeline, and all you have to do is call them. Call the friggin' people, and that's all you have to do. There's no need to worry about where am I going to get leads. Do we provide the leads for you?
Yep,
Do we provide the skip tracing for you?
that's amazing.
Do we provide the telephone for you to use to call these people?
Amazing.
What else is left for you to do?
Just call. That's really it. The
So,
part is just sitting there, just making the calls. You got to get out of that mindset like, oh, I need to do this and that. Shut your phone off, put it on the charger, and just dial in, focus. Be engaged in the moment.
for sure. And the reason why I say that is because you said something interesting. You know, think about what you learned, recently with Bitcoin. The power of a press release. Now think about the press releases you just mentioned to me about, the market's really high. There's nothing on the market. It's very competitive. What if I said all of those were just press releases to, instead of control the market, to control your mind? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Because do you think I have any of those preconceived notions in this mind?
No.
And what did I tell you happened after 2 phone calls yesterday?
Right.
I told you I got a damn near got a listen off the guy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call him today, and I didn't even call him back because I didn't even care. But I need to call him today because I'm gonna have you go to the property because he hasn't been there in several years, and it's gonna be a short sale, and it's down there in Florida.
Okay. Okay.
2 calls. We'll upload that call.
It's like I ain't gonna lie. Like I've been on the phone 5 minutes and got to leave. And then you'll go a day, you'll go an hour, and you might not get a lead, but you got
Yeah,
to continue to call. That's the lucky side of it. When you come in and Grace is on your side, you're like, oh, quick lead, but you can't get comfortable. Like that's not it. That's not the end. That's just the beginning. Continue to
for
stack.
sure. No, for sure, man.
I'm so eager just to continue to, I did a couple deals so far in real estate, so I'm so eager to post it on my social media. Oh, look at, I just got my
That
next
shut
deal.
up check. That
And,
shut up check.
got my next property. We moving forward, and I get a little
Yeah,
impatient at times, and
yeah,
that's something I have to work on.
yeah. But see, again, I want you to think of something. Set it yourself. Like you can easily walk in 5 minutes, get a good lead, right? And you would think that one piece of data would be enough to have somebody sit there for hours because it can happen in 5 minutes. Now, here's one thing I've never had happen. I've never gone 5 hours or 6 hours of calling and not got a good lead. I might not have got a house that day. Now, because we're one call closers over here, I consider it a home run when we take down the house that day on the telephone, get the deed, do something, boom, got documents signed that day, and we're working towards the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there's other home runs, right? Like if you talk to somebody, you got to talk to them for 3 or 4 days before they commit to something. That's not bad. That's normal,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's normal for people to say, "Yeah, I'm going to give up my house." But we're hybrid here.
Mm-hmm.
We know that these people want the problem over with now. Do you really want to wait till Monday to get this off of your shoulder? You want to still shoulder all this foreclosure pain until Monday? We can do it right now. It's Thursday. Say, enjoy your weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I hope that makes sense. Does that kind of
No, that makes sense for sure. And that's something else I needed to understand. Like I was saying earlier, I just have to get once you get the person on the phone, you need to understand you need the correct information from them, their finances, understand what's going on in their life, understand everything before you get off the phone. So the next time if you have to call back, you build in a rapport, and you also know this is a good lead. I've done that several times to get the information. Oh, yeah, I'm behind a little bit on the property tax, so I might be behind, and then we run into a problem, or they go ghost before we really know exactly what's going on. So that's what I've been working on for sure.
Okay. So moving forward, we've already kind of gone over skip tracing, telephones. You have access to everything that you need. You just got to sit down and dial. Another thing I want to touch on is, let's say you're having one of those life moments, right? You got an option. I can either get on the fucking phone or I can do whatever the fuck's over here. I don't care what it is. Call it whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Phone, everything fucking else, right?
Yeah.
When that happens, I know what I do for myself. I tell myself, hey, you're not living the way you want to live, and you're living pretty good right now. I can't lie. If you want to get to that other dream level that most people don't think is possible, you're gonna have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So I tell myself, say, hey, you got a couple more dials ain't going to kill you. You'd be shocked how many times I've gotten a property from doing that. What will you try to do to keep your focus on dialing? 1,000 dials per day.
I think what you said earlier, just being a man of my word and taking it seriously, because you are responsible for your destiny, so it's up to you to hold yourself accountable as well. And a lot of us, I've been fortunate, and I was telling Lamar about this a few days ago. I used to work for Coca-Cola, and I had some shitty jobs in the past. I've had some terrible
Yeah.
jobs.
Join the club, bro. Join the club. Yeah.
And I used to always envision, I'm like, one day I'll be able to work from home and I'll have the flexibility and I'll be
Yeah.
killing it when I get. And I have a small business that I run. It's a property management business as well. So I have a few days I go out there and do some physical stuff. But on my days off, I kind of get into this headspace of, oh, I'm off, and
Yeah.
I'll do stuff when I'm ready, instead of sticking to a schedule like I would do if I was going out in the field.
Yeah.
That is the biggest problem. I have to really seize the moment and take it serious, if I want to
Mm.
change my life. And not only that, I got my daughter on my freaking head. We live a comfortable
Yeah.
life, well, but my daughter is just always telling me, she's like, Daddy, can you hurry up and just get rich?
Yeah. Because she wants to spend time with you, I'm sure. And you always tell her, I got to work. I
Yeah, I gotta work. I gotta get on the
got to
computer.
buy stuff. And she said, well, then just make a lot of money so you don't go to work, right?
So
Their
that,
logic is really simple.
yeah, just get the money out the way, and then we can enjoy
Yes.
the fantastic
Have
life.
some fun all day long. Fun
Yeah.
Coney Island type, whatever you guys do, right?
Yep.
Disney all day.
Yep.
Oh,
So
man.
kind of being a man of my word and also taking it serious, that stuck to me.
Man. Let me ask you this, man. What areas do you think we can improve on here to help you specifically?
That's a good question. I would say not much right now, not much. The dollar works. I'm able to pull up the information. It saves the clients. Um,
Inbound calls coming in. It sends text messages when they donate. Like it does, the dialer does a lot of stuff, guys. It does more stuff than even he knows. I haven't told him. Like it's texting in the background. It's doing other stuff.
I've sent out some texts as well. That's a good
Boom.
too. Now you see on the wholesale videos as well. They like, oh, try the SMS text messages now and be sending out flyers and doing all that. You could be cold calling and you could be sending texts as well. So it's really a great system, to have because you can multitask in it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, I'm not sure how much you saw the other system. I'm not going to go into too much of that here, but we also have a platform that automates text, emails, ringless voicemails for you guys. For anybody who already has an account, we love and thank you guys already. But anybody that hasn't seen the platform that we launched, it was once REI Quarantine. And we've now labeled that the Engagency because we realize it's more important. Forget having a CRM. Everybody has a CRM, but what good is a CRM if it doesn't engage the people inside of it?
Okay.
Hence why we made sure that we focused on engagement and not just housing leads. If you guys get me.
Yeah.
Now, what's been the most difficult part for you? Other than commitment, we've gone over that. Was there anything else that you think in your head where you're like, fuck, this is hard, this part fucking blows?
So I have done sales before and I've done door-to-door sales as
Yeah.
well, but just being on the phone and understanding the sales game a little bit, it's been hard for me to kind of wrap my head around. Like it's not complete sales, but we are in it to get something out of it. And
Yeah.
like just being nervous on the phone, feeling like you're going to embarrass yourself or say something stupid, or hey, you have people cuss you out sometimes, and that's part of the game. But you can't let little stuff like that rattle you if you're trying to trace your dreams. Like
Absolutely. You know what I say? You can't make them. You can't let them make you scared.
Right. You calling people about their house. So sometimes you might get a good response, sometimes you don't. And that was my biggest problem. Understand, like I can't let what people say on the phone phase me. I just continue to call.
Keep calling. Like like I said, I've had some very successful months before. And I'll tell you, and no, not consistently making $50,000. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've had multiple months where I made over $50,000. So, for me, once that's happened, I was like, okay, let me back this up, right? Because first, those money came in. I know that I made some money. Okay, great.
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing. I got some money. All right. Then all right, let me try this, let me try that. Shiny object syndrome, try this, try that. Real estate's already kind of on autopilot because the way we learn real estate here, you only have to do a few deals to make six figures. We're not going to be these guys who are chasing, 40, 50 deals to get to 100K by getting, 5,000 here, 10,000 here.
3,000.
Yeah, and and assignment fees, right? I mean, I'm not knocking assignment fees. I don't consider what we teach wholesaling. We teach you to become a transaction engineer, a real estate investor, a real estate consultant, right? How to create a deal out of anything, any type of deal.
Right.
And it's bigger than just wholesaling and assignment fees, because one thing you're probably not going to remember this, because I always say it in different ways. Not that you won't remember, I say it in different ways. But what's the one thing we don't say on the phone?
What?
There's one thing that we don't say on the phone. We never say it to them because we don't do this. But everybody else, this is how they approach the homeowners.
Oh, do you want to sell your home or?
Even though I have a shirt on right now that says it.
Your home, and I'm like, but all the wholesalers say that. That's the introduction. I was so confused in the beginning. I'm like,
yeah, tell them about that. Tell them about my theory behind that.
I'm like, no, dog. We need to find another approach. And then we went back to the lab and kind of went over the information and the concept behind it. And then he explained to me the more opportunities you get from it by not offering to buy the home, because you don't necessarily know what's going on. So it's hard for you to just put an offer. Even if you evaluate the property, it's always hidden stuff that's going on. And you got to figure that out first before you even make an offer or try to do something with the house. So yeah, that was the hardest part. Like, I'm pretty sure you tell the people like we're supposed to offer some type of money for their home.
All right, so
that's not how it works in this.
Well, not the way we do it here. And so what he's saying, folks, right, is we don't tell people, hey, I want to buy your house. Like, we have certain leads that we approach in that fashion. Certain leads, usually it's the high equity properties where there's no real issues, right? No issues, pretty house game. We're hitting them with the offer. Hey, would you sell your house? Those are the properties we're hitting with that.
You're right.
Other than that, we're approaching foreclosures, and we're not telling them we're buying anything, because we're not. The approach here is very simple, folks. You're lucky if I save your ass. I'm not begging you to do business with me. What are you, crazy? You're about to lose the damn house.
Anyway.
If I wanted that bad, I'll go wait at the auction steps, right? Like,
and it's been people you come across, they don't even know the house has been put up for auction, and they're sitting there like still trying to negotiate and stuff. It's like your house is gone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then what happens? I don't know this is going on. I don't know that's going on. And again, folks, I know we're kind of all over the place. It's my fault. I'm new to all this moderation and stuff, but we're going to lock this shit in. Trust me.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is, I told him, hey, we don't tell people we buy houses. Nobody gives a fuck if you can buy their house. They are losing everything that they have. And you're worried about, I want to buy your house. And they got 50 phone calls like this earlier today.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? What's your logic? Right? But as I've done this for quite some time, and whenever I get a newbie and we start talking, well, in every video, you got to make an offer. I watch. God, I love the guy. But I don't want to even say his name because it's going to look like I'm hating. One of my favorite gurus who teaches the telemarketing. I'm not going to say his name, right? But he tells you, oh, I just wanted to ask you, hey, quick question. Any chance you take an offer on your home? Now, that's the same way the same exact script I use, but it's only for certain properties. We don't do it for 95% of the stuff we do. 98% of the stuff we do is all foreclosure here. Doesn't matter what type of foreclosure, but 98% is all foreclosure. So again, folks, I told him we do not buy houses. We fix problems. And if you can't get a person on board because you're going to help them out, to hell with them. And he had a little bit of a tough time kind of like getting that.
The research is the best approach. I'm like, I don't know if that's the best approach, man, because you just don't know. I just didn't know in the beginning. I didn't go through the process. This is like new to me. So I'm trying to just make the best decision for me moving forward in real estate.
For sure. And keep in mind, guys, he's a new agent, right? So he just recently got his license, like he said, in January. So there's some things there and a lot of advantages he has where he could be blowing things up using his license to control these listings and these short sales. And on top of that, doing investing and what have you, and being totally protected because he has a license in Florida. He has a lot of information that I broke down how to use, how to really use the MLS that he has access to, because agents usually only know like 5% of the systems that they already have available.
And I was with Keller Williams, and they charge you to train in the MLS system.
Charge you? The broker's charging you to train you on the system, the MLS. Right. It's crazy, right?
That was crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Like I don't know what these people are thinking out there. Okay, so I don't want to keep you much longer, bro. But I wanted to get this in. Like I said, this is the recommitment, right? This is me committing to getting as much help to you guys as I can. I have systems in place for you guys, so that way, if you want to be trained just like Terrell has been trained and partner up, you want access to the same systems, Skiptracing, all this stuff, and not have to pay an arm and a leg for it, and stay in this game and have immediate access to answers. A legal team for any foreclosure issues. We close nationwide. We do this in every state. We don't have any issues. So again, this is us we're here just committed to the process of growth. He is committed to the growth of his real estate career, and I'm already committed to that as well. But I'm also committed to helping as many people as I can. One is going to be helping agents like Terrell and also new investors, and two, helping homeowners to stop foreclosure.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to be the main thing that we do. And then outside of that, I'll be helping people do some other stuff as well. But it's kind of like a give back thing for me. And of course, I'm rewarded handsomely for the people that I help. I'm paid by the bank for any person that I help, depending on the situation, if it's a foreclosure. So, and if it's not a foreclosure that I'm not paid by the bank, then there's enough equity in play for me to extract equity from the deal that way. It's that simple, folks. And it never cost me a penny of my money. Why would I go ahead and get caught up in this whole, I got to get it under contract, sell it in 7 days, and lie to everybody and commit fraud? Like, go ahead and go to, no, that shit is, I'll just say, hey, look, I want to try to flip your house. Oh, you want to just tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them the news, right?
Straight up, yeah.
So, one other thing I want to ask you too before we go. So, when I keep telling you, when you're pitching these people, and I'm like, hey, you have to say it. You got to stop shying away from what needs to be said. Have you noticed that helping you at all? Have you noticed like having the balls to say what only you consider as bad news, right? And I tell you, it's not bad news. Tell them, but you think it's bad news, so you're like, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But if you just say it, you notice the people, they just kind of, okay. Have you noticed that, or no, not really?
It's what I'll say is having a conversation about money is hard in general for some people. In the beginning of my business, I had a hard time even quoting people on certain jobs because I felt like I was overcharging. and
Yeah.
I undercharge and stick both of my feet in my mouth, and it was
Yeah.
just, you know, you have to build up the confidence. So this is the same scenario. You know, I was able to build my confidence up in that, so I'm working on that part. Like I say, this is a bigger area. People have lived in these homes for a while, or something happened, and it's a big decision. So you have to get to the bottom of the finances, and that's really the key to anything moving forward. And you know, it's just been taking me a while to understand that.
Okay. Are you comfy now? Like I see. Let's tell
I'm
the people
still a
this, right?
little, still a little on the fences, but yeah, I've gotten a lot better. We'll say that.
Well, I mean, literally, how many hours on the phone was it before you got a lead when you got back on the phone? How many hours? If an hour?
Uh, Not long, man. Probably 5-10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes, he was on the phone, got a lead, got the information from the lead. I already forgot what we didn't call this guy back, right? Did we? I forgot what happened with your lead. What was
No,
the
we didn't. We didn't call him back.
Okay, so we'll be calling him tomorrow. But this
We
is a lead where
behind on property tax.
yeah, well, I don't know. I looked up some of the stuff. It looked like there was some missing information there. But bottom line, this is probably upside down property, guys. So we'll be following up on that. If
Okay.
you heard what he said, he was on the phone for maybe 15 minutes before he got a good lead. I want everybody to think about that who hears this. If you're doing bandit signs, you can't even put gas in your car in 15 minutes. If you're doing mailers, your mailers aren't even printed in 15 minutes. Okay? If you're going to be doing Google ads, Facebook ads, or anything else to get leads, why would you pay constantly to have people call you when you can just call them?
Mm-hmm.
So I just went over 4 major methods, right? A pay-per-click, Facebook, marketing,
Times.
bandit signs, driving for dollars even. So
Yeah.
you're gonna go drive around, waste time, gas, and money. All you need is phone numbers and a seat to call them.
That was my biggest problem in the beginning. That's the reason I didn't get involved in real estate or learning this industry, is because everybody's selling, oh, go do bandit sign and go drive for dollars. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I see these signs on the side of the road. How is that going to help me? I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I'm broke, but at the time, like, you trying to budget your money as best as possible, and you're gonna sit out here and send out mailers and bandit signs, and that might not even work, because you see the stories online. People like, oh,
so I spent $7,000 or $8,000 and I didn't get a deal.
I never got a deal. And
Yeah.
you know, you really want to target the best strategy on how to acquire the right type of client. So yeah, no, I found Lamar and it was great. I'm like, oh, this is all in one. I don't have to go out there and drive. I don't have to go out there and do the signs. You know, that's great. And you know, technology is changing anyway, so you kind of got to adapt to what's going on, and he's done it.
Bro, I think one of your I got some feedback. I don't know if you got another live feed going or something. I don't know.
No, shouldn't be.
No?
Nope. So you're in the shore.
Oh, hold on, that might be me. Oh, hold on. Let me double check, bro. I got so much YouTube right here. Okay. Good Lord. I don't want to close the stream by closing the wrong one. Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's much better. Sorry about that. Okay, rookie mistakes, y'all. Rookie mistakes. Okay. So now I know who that one viewer was. That was me. It's all good. We're gonna grow this thing out. And I could have waited for perfection, but there's no need, man. Guys, look, don't wait for perfection. Don't get analysis paralysis. Just do whatever it is you want to do. Life is too fucking short, and work on your shit and go. Like, instead of me just talking about it, and yeah, I'm making money, and I can just sit here and just be happy, but I got bored. just making money. I'm more successful than I ever thought I'd be, and I'm not even working that hard. So, folks, please, whatever it is you want to do, I don't care if it's real estate, whatever it is, focus on it and do it. And hold yourself accountable. I didn't just put this stream up to hold myself accountable. I put it up most importantly to grow, to be able to manage everything that needs to be managed with the digital side of the business, right? Makes it easier to reach out to you guys to offer help. I don't got to sell a product. I'm just gonna offer help. I make enough money in my private real estate deals anyway. Like, so folks, please, life is too short. Get off your ass and do whatever you need to do. You anything else you want to say to the people, Terrell?
Yeah, no, you have to take it serious, man. That's the key part about this. And all the videos I've watched on wholesaling and real estate, it comes down to staying disciplined. Discipline is the key in this industry. Discipline is the key to life if you want to become successful. And you got to take it serious. It's not a joke. You take it serious, it will take you serious, and you can, live the life you want.
Yeah, man. Sounds good. Is there anything else we should cover real quick? I don't think so, man.
Oh, and also why I got involved with this side of the business. The training I was taking at Keller Williams, the lady that was doing the training, she told me she was back in the day before she really got started selling houses. They called her the short side sell queen. So she was doing short sales, and
yeah,
she had her license,
yeah,
and kind of like an easier start because it's so competitive, and like it's super competitive, and starting out you don't know which way to go. But if you want to get your feet wet, this is a great way to get started, and you don't have that pressure on your back to perform at I ain't gonna say at a super high pace, but at a high pace
mm-hmm.
where you're able to find your niche. I've always been the type of person where I'm trying to find my niche and find where I fit in, and it's
Right.
just like I fit right into this mix. So it works out for me, and it might work out for a lot of other new agents, and I've seen YouTube videos of people telling stories of how they went from being a real estate agent to an investor and the reasons why. So I just thought, like, this is a great opportunity. I might as well learn this side anyway, because eventually I'll be selling homes a lot
Yeah.
more anyway,
Do you mind sharing real quick the story about your getting your license?
So yeah, man, we've been out of school for a long time. So you really don't exercise your brain as much as you need to.
Who you telling? I know what I be exercising.
Absolutely. So, I decided to take this task upon myself, and it was tough in the beginning because COVID hit, and I had to
Mm-hmm.
drive around to all the different testing centers and take tests in those centers, and a lot of them wasn't close to my house, so I was driving around like a madman. I went to Daytona. I'm
Damn.
here in West Palm right now, so I'm in Daytona, Miami, Boynton Beach. Uh, I almost drove up to Sarasota, and then
Damn.
eventually they set it up where you're able to take it from home. So the first few times I took the test, failed. I really didn't take it serious. Comes back to the same point we talked about. And
Yeah.
then like the last 3 times, 2 times before that, I got closer to the goal. I was taking it serious. It was still more information that I needed to study. And my biggest point and suggestion, if you're going to become a real estate agent and take the test, practice the questions. I
That's the
all the
flashcard questions, right?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
back of the book, the
Oh,
6 questions in the back of the book.
of course.
Practice those, not reading the book and thinking, "Oh, I know what this means." No, practice the questions.
Yeah, them
And
damn
that's how I was
questions.
able to pass it the 5th time. I failed it the 4th time. I got a 74. I'm like,
Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Listen
am
to this determination.
I'm like, I can't do this shit. It really kind of rattled me because I studied hard, man. I studied that week before I failed it. I had put like 50 hours in, studying 3 hours, 4 hours a day. Sometimes I was doing like 8 hours a day studying so I can just
Damn.
put information in my head.
Yeah, for sure.
I came back the 6th day, and it was a total of 60 hours. I'll never forget. I spent 60 hours studying
Good
really good
God.
information, and I passed. And
It
it
paid off, right?
felt great to achieve that goal. And I bought my first house, and did
Tell them.
other things, and that was great. That was a great start.
So you see this young brother here is already on the road to success. He's already successful. He's already working on things. He already has a functioning business. He's not somebody who's got like $100 trying to find a deal on the internet, right? This is not what he's doing here. This is somebody who's taking time to plot a path to success, right?
Sure.
So it's an honor to work with you, man. I'm glad to have you on the team. You see, I never give up on people that I genuinely care about, man.
Never.
He'll tell you.
On the other foot, I don't know how much patience I would have had. Because, man, and it's hard. And he understands that, for people that's coming in, he understands it's hard to kind of wrap your brain around putting in the focus and calling, and you sitting to yourself and thinking to yourself like, oh, how am I making calls? How is that going to get me leads? I'm making calls, but it's bigger than that because I'm an agent. I could get listings. There's so many
It's
opportunities.
everything, man. Your property management company can get paid off of this. You can be doing clean outs. You have so many profit centers. I mean, you have systems where you can sell email marketing, text blast. You can sell all that stuff. So it gets pretty big when we open that up. And that's what we're going to be rolling out to you guys in short. Well, I'm going to do another video breaking down what we're going to be offering, the link so you guys can get more information. And yeah, this is the first of many. This is going to go into the podcast tank. This is also getting uploaded on YouTube. Get the channel reinvigorated. And I thank anybody who even thought about clicking on the link, even if you didn't, because we're coming. We're going to be able to have a big audience here soon. Yeah. So much appreciated. Man. Anything else you want to share with them or anything else you want to get out?
No, that's pretty much it, man. Just it's a process, and understand you got to put in the work, but it'll pay itself off if you put in the work, man.
That's it. We're going to be posting. The goal here, folks, is we'll post like about the leads that we get, and we're going to be recording the call sessions too, just to keep the live influence rolling. And he'll actually we'll be setting up. What's that?
No, and follow my journey. So I'm really
let them put your stuff down there, man. Put on your Facebook, all that stuff if you want to. You can type that in the chat if you want to.
We're gonna do this together, but just
for sure,
journey together, and as we go through the process, y'all can follow me. I'll put my information up in the future as well.
You'll have the go lives access as well, and it'll help, man. Having this, like, anybody knows, I'm new to StreamYard. I didn't even know StreamYard existed. Right, I have separate software. I can do all this stuff on my software, but StreamYard is like $25, and it's already connected with all the big boys, and it works really good, and it doesn't kill all my computer resources, right? Like, I'm on this thing wireless right now. I don't even got a hard line or nothing. I'm like, what? Oh, this is sweet. To where my other system, I'd have to, have my whole computer processor running hard. So all right, man. See you, man. I appreciate it, man.
Just one more thing, I know
please.
A lot of people out there that kind of want to find that entrepreneur path and want to get started. And man, I had to crawl through the mud. I grew my business from $0 to $100,000, and it was man, it was tough. But
tell them, bro. Tell them.
I put in the work. I stayed disciplined. In the beginning, you got to set the framework, and that's what people don't understand. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and wants to, I want to have a business and I want to do this. Having a business, you got to think about the people that own the businesses. They put in the work. They put in the sleepless nights. They got up early. They did stuff that average people don't do so they can have the life and employ the people that they need to run the business. So you got to put that in your mind frame. If I want to have a business and be successful, I got to act differently than everybody else. The first 2 years when I started my business, cut the TV off. I cut the social media off, and I learned, I studied, I read, I developed myself for opportunities in the future. And then when they started presenting themselves, I was
ready
to, handle the opportunities. So that's all I want to say in that sense. Just prepare yourself now, get up early, read a little bit more, cut the TV down a little bit, cut the TV back a little bit, and just start preparing yourself for the future you want to be, because the person you are today is not the person you need to be to have the life that you want in the future.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. God damn it, that's for sure. If we were stuck with what we've been through and had to wear those labels forever, that'd really pretty much suck, right?
Right.
So, I tell people this all the time, like, do not lose your focus. Wow, I hit the wrong button. I just dropped a logo right over your corner. Can you see that?
Yeah. Stop any foreclosure.
Yeah, you can tell I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Hold on. Oh, there we
Hey,
go. Okay. What?
but listen, it's a start, and you got to start.
Yeah, man. I wasn't waiting for perfection, bro. Like, we rolling. So as soon as I'm done with this broadcast with you, I'm going to record another solo broadcast for anybody who's going to be in foreclosure and who needs help. And that's going to be for that website that you just saw. And I'll be putting another brand in the system for Stop Any Foreclosure. And that broadcast will go live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, just like this one did. And I ended up getting the alert from YouTube. I don't know if you got that alert that I went live. And I got one on Facebook as well. So it worked out better than I could have imagined. Content was kind of a little shaky because I didn't really program anything, but that's cool. Nigga, get that figured out.
No, that's all right. We'll continue to work.
Yep.
Journey, man. I got a great mentor, and I'm excited about the future. I just, have to play my part, man. Stay disciplined and stay dedicated to the ultimate goal.
Yeah, man, we're here, bro. I'm excited to have you. And if anything, man, you need anything, let me know. We're more than happy to, assist you with anything we can do to show progress, right? To get you to where you want to be, even better. And I'm doing the same thing myself, guys. I'm striving to get to, $1 million a year. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Right.
So
yeah, I've already got 6 figures. That's the easy part.
The journey, man. The journey's not going to be easy, but
sure.
Just put it out there to see you can do it if you put your mind to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, man, man, I appreciate you coming in for this one. And this is the first of many, so just get used to it, bro. I'm excited, man, because this is how you build. This is how you get, the audience is going that you want to get going. And if you want, you can, I'll send you a copy of the file. You can upload to your YouTube, whatever you want to do. If you want help there, let me know. But definitely the goal here with this program is also to grow your digital footprint as well. I already know how many subscribers you have on your YouTube. I don't know the Instagram or any of that stuff, but on your YouTube, if we grow just that one channel for you.
No, that'd be major. Do you think I should focus around one name to stick with my name, or?
Well, the way it works, the way I'm doing it is I just have brands, right? So, for instance, there's always us. There's always, the marketing. That's the marketing company we use for the real estate, right? Yeah. But on inside of the marketing brand, right, we'll have Stop Any Foreclosure. Inside the marketing brand, we'll have the Engagency software. Inside the marketing brand, right? So each brand will have different colors, different logos, right? And then once all those brands are loaded inside the system, I can literally just say, all right, Stop Foreclosure brand, post, go live. I can say, Engagency software brand, post, go live. And as all I have them broken down in brands like that in every system, I can manipulate and manage all those brands and all these systems and just mass communication with everyone.
Okay.
Pretty cool, bro.
All right. Sounds like a plan, man.
All right, man. We'll get with you tomorrow. All right.
Okay, for sure.
All right. Take care, man.
You too.